338. The time is as usual, 20 CET. Let's begin the match. Interestingly begin the match. We can be seeing many things changes in this match. First game, of course, and we'll be seeing lots of things in the first game. Teams have made their drops around the posing key. The zone path, the plane path is going through the middle of posing key from Josepol to Novopol, around the area of Novopol. At least we can say that. But in front of them, there are lots of enemies. We should be tackling them with pure rage. Pure rage within their minds should be taken down. And let's see how it will go. Here we can see the players are moving in a split. Somebody is going to the school, someone is near apartments, and somebody is going to the recall tower, even though there is no recall. But they are still trying their best. They're still trying the best. Oh, I get it. We are here for the vehicle. The vehicle is very important in the match as well. The aspect of the match all solely depends on this single thing. Here we can see the teams are looting. Even teams, the same team players are in the school area as well. Here comes the military base. Military base is getting looted, but still there are some teams in front of them. But they will be fighting and targeting the battle soon enough. We'll be seeing that. That as well in front of them. They are tackling. They are pinning the nade in front of them, but they are still tackling to finish them already. Comes a nade, I guess. In his hand there is a smoke grenade. Oh, sorry, he has only grenades in his hand, and I guess he's trying or planning to cook it and throw it at the enemy. But at least that's what the enemy team will expect them to do. Expect them to do, and we'll see many things as well. Mute. In front of them, they are cooking the nades, but still they are fighting in front of them. The nade was in a perfect place, but they are still fighting for their life. But here comes a rush. Here comes a battle. 1v1 situations, but he has got a backup. He has got the backup of his teammate, but both of them is going to be taken down. Wow, what a knocks. But last man standing. Here comes a rush. He is going to take him down, but he's at a low HP. He's going to finish him. He wasn't even able to finish him, but still they has been eliminated from this match. And the ends meet right now. For the second match, we will be seeing them again. But for now, that's at least what we will be thinking and what we'll go along with. Here, the teams are still fighting, but here the Razer Esports. Razer Esports with 4 kills, we could see them. You could see them with the 4 kills there in their hand, but it's still they are still tackling battles with them. It was a rush. No, but it's still they are still getting a nade on their head. They're tackling. They're tackling. They have seen something. The real life as well. Yeah, all of it is visible. If you understand me. Here comes a fight in the Portuguese. It is a clear view. It is going on the nade on the perfect place, but it had been blocked by a wall. That's a great save. Again, they are tackling the battles again with in front of them. They are fighting for their best. If we could eliminate it. Teams are being eliminated one by one with eliminations of less eliminations. Here comes a fight. Here comes a 1v2 situation, but he's going to be taken down. That is not a nice fight to get. But they are going to be taken down. Last man standing. They were last man standing, but they were overconfident while rushing in. And they are going to be taken down. But let's move on to the next. What we will be seeing for the time being. Here comes a nade on his own. The nade is on his own. What is going on? It's a crucial mistake. It might cost them their game. It might cost them their game, but still, they are fighting. The players are at a low HP, but they are still fighting. The knocked player should be revived. The knocked player is unable to be recovered right now. In front of them, the players are knocked. Here comes a finish. Last man standing. Team Albania is last man standing now. Four killers are rushing in. Team Albania is coming in right now with the rush. Side by side, we can see, as well as the map. Map has begun. Begins a rush. Sorgon on both of them, and that is a nice skill. At least we could speak of, but they were at a disadvantage. Neither the teams were at a disadvantage, but the one on the outside were. Well, we could say that they were at a little bit of disadvantage because they were outside, of course, to speak of. First of all, that's a very dumb driving to see, of course, but there are lots of real dumb drivers in this game. We will be seeing them. I've seen them a lot. My experience. But the cars, the vehicles are being rotated around the zone. They're getting into the zone. For now, at least you could say. For now, at least you could say that. For now, teams are still looting, but we'll see them recovering themselves to fight even along the sides. Here the teams are eliminated. Most of the teams are eliminated, but it wasn't a great opportunity to get started as they were eliminated pretty early. But still they were not being able to cover this match in the next coming match. Here the team photo players were your player was knocked, but he was able to take him up. As the team itself had cleared a team using he was trying to revive him, and that's what the knock was for. Firing is coming in, being knocked down. Team Sinner Esports is being taken down right now. Sorry, it is dominating to take down teams one by one. They're fighting, they are changing their strategy, they are moving here from another place. They are still trying their best to discover what is going on. In the Nova Pool side, they're getting into the zone as usual, but it might be campings on the other end of the pool. But we will see that in the coming matches as well, the coming wrangle, because Briscamp has become very active camping spot. Gatka, hitting Gatka, their players surrounded. The zone is already in the Gatka, but the team landing in the Gatka had a pretty good chance of winning the whole Gatka if they were to play all the Gatka side. Here comes a knock by pretty much nice teams. Well, that's not a few things that you could see in them live. In the live matches, they are going along the side, fighting for the best sniper tower. The sniper tower is pretty good. They're making an angle out of it. The angle made it from it is very much good to see right now. He comes short. He is going to be taken down, but he's not being able to recover. He's just behind a tree, but nowhere near his teams are there. But he's going to be stolen. The team's kill has been stolen by Hero Esports. They're quite along the match. They have made 9 kills along the playing strategy, even though they are just few minutes have passed. Like it's just hitting two digits right now. 11 minutes. Just 11 minutes they have gained 9 kills. That's pretty good. Again they're rushing in the teams. I guess they're maximizing their potential to capture the hill. But the zone has shifted and they are at an advantage. Again, Gatka side esports, the players are at advantage. Galaxy Sports getting knocked last man standings, and he will be gaining position point or either elimination point. For esports, here we can see they were making an angle, but they're in front of them. That a player has come, but it is going to be 1v2 on the back of side. But he is going to be taken down by the pack of players. Now this team has turned itself into the danger mode begins. Nate comes in the perfect place. He's going to be taken down. Finish has been made. He's going flaming the backside. Iziel has called him to the backside. Be more crucial player in the following time in the forwarding the match. And both of the team have fled back to the original place and the base. Even though they have zone, they are not still quite participating in the fights. Again, they are thinking about position point. Like Esports, last player in Spain, last player remaining on the Gatka side. He might be getting a rush. Sorry, he might be getting a rush onto him. But the rush wouldn't be very much crucial to see. Of course, that's the main thing. You can see the players are being taken down right now. We speak. Speaking of the match, 13 teams are remaining. And the 40 players are remaining, but still it's going quite good. To be speaking of, teams are being taken down right now. Teams are being picked and poked through their scopes. Hey Magma Esports is going to be one player is going to be taken down, but is not finished yet. To speak of, on the Katka side, the teams are very vastly spread. Though they have not made any big splits except of one team, Oro Esports and Magma. It's a quite nice split right now. We can see they have engaged in the fight in front of them on the hillside. On the inside, they are fighting. He's going to be taken down. He's going to be knocked. He's going to be knocked in front of them. One player, Manga Sports losing one player. I guess that was a very bad move to make. But the car's pace goes on. I guess he's heading towards him. He's heading towards him, but he's going again the backside. On the backside of them also there is a team standing and they are surrounded by all sides, I guess. Manga Sports getting team 4 killers taking them down right now as we speak. Magma Esports is quite nicely performing, even though they have not gained as much as position point or elimination point, but still they are performing best out of themselves. Oro Esports, as we speak of Oro Esports, they have absolutely shown madness. Aggressiveness they have shown is very peculiar to speak of. Becomes an 8. It is going to be on perfect spot if the teams are headed towards him, but it is not going to be like that. Aki is now headed towards him. The nade is cooked. Comes a knock by Magma Esports. Team is going to be taken down. Magma Esports has a very advantage as we speak of. He's going to be revived right now. Last man remaining of TXC Esports. They are last man standings. They have been converted. Alex Esports last man standing. We could see on the few times. Here the Razor Sports last man standing. Boro Sports running in. They are shown very much rage. Even though they're facing very much rage by Boro Sports. Here comes a rush. Here comes a shotgun shot. He's getting inside a car. Let's say that BRDM. For now, shotgun is going to be taken down. Here comes a shot. He's not going to take that vehicle out of the vehicle. Here comes a shot again. What a note! What an out of the match game! What a show! Boro Esports, with that, they have been out of the match. That's very a peculiar way to lose the match. Out of the hand, they have not get any position point as they were eliminated at 11th position with 12 elimination point. As we speak of them, they are going to be taken down. Next esports is going to be taken down. Again, the players in front of them, they are managing their best out of themselves. Magma Esports blowing off. Okay, the Magma Esports is again gaining very much potential to kill every team they see. They have gained 4 kills within an instant. I have just spoken of them like 1 minute ago, but they have already managed to gain 4 kills right now. In the meantime, we were engaged in the Boro and the Rager Esports fight. But in that particular battle, we could see that the Rager Esports players are not quite to speak of them luckily. Luckily speaking, here comes another nade. Silent Hell Esports getting into the hill fight. Thanks sports. Nades are being thrown from all the sides. They are at a disadvantage as we speak of. Magma Esports is just a side of them. And they might be taken down. Here comes back fleeing. That still the teams are still present in their 2 kills. 1 player and 2 players remaining right now. For the next sports, Rage Esports 7 kills, 2 players remaining. That's the point I'm speaking of. Speak of the devil. Silent Esports is going to be Silent Hell is going to be taken down at outside of the zone. ARCED is facing a lot of trouble as they were in this previously they were in the middle of the zone. They were facing a lot of troubles, but right now they are not facing any as they are not in the middle of them meddling in others business right now. They're still surrounded by many teams around themselves. Here comes a knock. Synergy Sports going to be taken down. Synergy Sports is performing very much well, but it is going to be taken down as we speak of the devil. They say it like that. Here comes a fiery knight at me. To speaking of Synergy Sports, 1 player down. He's outside the zone, but he's not going to be in the zone because he might be eliminated if he goes to the zone and his body will be exposed. The exposed body can get shots onto him. Here comes a knock from Synergy Esports. They have gotten their revenge on by taking 1 player. But other player remaining, their players are still remaining. And here he's out of the zone and he's going to be taken down by the zone. Zone has made the finish. The kill has been made. Magma Esports, Next Sports is fighting along the line. Next Sports going to be taken down. He's very fantastic, nice fight. With 5 kills, they will be moving on to 7 kills. And they have maintained 2nd position right now, just above Boro Esports. The Rager Esports going to be taken down also. They have performed their best in the matches as well. Speaking of, but Magma Esports has many chances in this match to win this. They have shown absolute madness. 7 kills is a lot. Synergy Esports, another player down. But speaking of the devil itself might be Magma Esports, and they might be able to win the match. If Esports, 3 players had joined the match, but still they have managed to gain 4 kills. That's a very nice way to present in a match. Here Magma on the top side, we can see that prediction who will be winning the match. But I guess on my prediction, if I were to speak, Magma Sports has a lot of fans, but they have Miguel a knock. But he's going to be recovered soon enough because there's no one here to rush onto him. RCD Esports, they have sent their own players in the battlefield. They are out of the zone right for right now. They were targeted previously. They were in the middle of the zone, but they were targeted and they have learned the lessons to be not in the center of the zone. AV Esports is lying the grass, the dry grass. We can see. Senior Esports, they are quite nice, even though they have now remaining one players, but still they have the chances of doing 1v4 maybe. But there's no 1v4 in here. There's only maximum of 1v3. But speaking of them, here comes another team eliminated at 5th position with 3 kills. Very nice to speak of. My Sports getting out of the match. They are very much likely to win the match. They have gotten a knock on the name, but they have also managed to knock others as well. AV Sports, Silent Sports getting knocked. Silent Sports, would they manage? Would they manage? Pubgm Sports has a lot of chance as we speak of. They're just behind. Again, their own players is going to be taken down again, but he's going to be recovered soon enough. AV Esports, 2 players down, 1 player remaining, but he is not going to be able to take it down. He's going to be finished. And Sinner, Silence Esports is performing well. Is performing well if speaking of, but right now they have remaining 2 players, but here comes a absolute tremendous, could be a win for Magma Esports. We were predicting them earlier as well. The other players aren't able to go in the zone as they are surrounded by the teams. Here comes the zone, but they are still managing. Their nade has come. The nade has managed to kill both of them. Magma Esports again getting down, but he's going to be taken down in the smokes. He's getting a hard cover right now. Magma Esports has got another two mates down, I guess, but one player has been revived and he has also healed. Nade is being cooked. The nade is in the perfect spot, but he is going to be not taken down by the nade. At least we speak of. Here comes another nade. The nade had made an impact of Magma Esports, but it hasn't made the impact properly. Magma Esports, they're at a perfect position. They have managed to lose 2 players. Here comes a win. Here comes a win for AR Esports. Winner and second, what a win to speak of. We were speaking just how tremendous the teams were performing, but my prediction was wrong. I don't make that prediction again. Hope so. But here comes another team. It starts. Team starts. We can see that the players are performing very well. Players have performed very well, even though they have managed to get less eliminations, but they are still winning the match. That's the main thing to speak of. 6 kills. The maximum players damage being 480. That's quite less if speaking of the winner team, even though they have less number of kills, but still you could see much more better. So what the audience would like to see is to make the teams have most of their battles in fantastic way. Player summary: maximum kills was 5 kills and made by a player, of course, and the maximum damage was 946. The highest kill and the highest damage players are separate, even though they are usually not. Grenade kills are 2. Match summary comes in: 74 knocks, 2 drops looted, 15,000 damage made, 6 grenade kills. That's a lot. And head-to-head teams: ARCED Esports versus Alliance Esports, 11 kill versus 6 kill. That's a nice way to begin the match. But let's see who is going to be taken down in the next following match. Moving on to the match data. will show us what the teams had performed their best out of their might, and the things we could be seeing is potentially the big stage level, and the final is today, open today. It has to be noted down in the history of X Agency Esports. Match rankings. Match rankings. Moving on to the match rankings, we can see the main players, the main winners of the match. They have managed to get 16 points, total points in the name. But the aggressive teams like Pubgm Esports and Boro Esports, the Boro Esports wasn't able to get the eliminations. I mean, just was able to just get the eliminations point, but they were not being able to get position points, so they are at a loss, and they just have 12 point. As the Pubgm Esports with just 9 kills, they have managed to get position points, so they have managed to get 15 points out of this match, and that is quite nice to speak of. Top fraggers. Moving on to the top fraggers, we can see that the Pubgm Esports, again, the highest damage dealer. It is very much peculiar and very nice to see that the highest probability for the teams to have the top fraggers and making their names onto the MVP on this list. This list is present. And moving on to the overall data, match has been won by, again we can see the schedule. We will be moving on to the overall data. As we can see that the 4 match, they are total of 5 matches, but they will be updating it soon enough. jeru area la kun kun thimo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with the second match, Myanmar. The Myanmar map would be interesting to see. Beginning with a pretty fantastic starting. The teams will perform very well. Hopefully, the match has started. Myanmar it is, and the map will be seen soon enough. We will be seeing the plane path as well. The plane path is a bit to the north in the eastern side. It is most likely to be on the north side, and it is on the east side. And for the south and west side, it is going to be problem for the drops they have been there. But hopefully, there are not any drops in there, as we might not be able to see as much battle as not much as battle and as much as the fights we will be seeing. Zone formation has been made. The zone is again following the plane path. Northeast. Northeast again. Well, the northeast plane path and the northeast zone, interestingly, been done. Players are again being taken down. Pubgm Esports getting two players. Two players are down. Three players. One player is finished. Two players were down and one player was finished. So one player remaining to finish. Yes, they are not still practically doing anything. M416 on the other hand, but here comes another shot from the shotgun. I guess the kill wasn't made from the shotgun, was it? There are many chances to speaking of. Here comes a knock. Pubgm Esports is fantastically beginning the match, even though they're still facing aggressions against themselves, but the aggression is just a little much to handle, to be speaking of truly. Truly speaking of them. True, they are being spotted down as well. They are still being taken down right now, as we can see. Comes in shot. The shot wasn't made properly, but he's playing very safe, but the player is surrounded from all sides. Here comes a knock, and he's going to be taken down soon enough. He's already the loot is looted. The loot is looted of their teammates, but their teammates are still alive, fighting for their life. The leaderboard. Maintaining the leaderboard on the top positions, Manga Esports. 22 points, that's a lot. And 22 point with again 2 eliminations point included in it. That's a good way to start the match. But we will see some interesting beginning in the following matches. The following time in this match as well. About 5 minutes are about to collapse in this match time. Collapsing. Teams of barriers are collapsing. Here comes a knock again. Foster Fang Elite Esports is taking down another player. Not another player. We could see it was their first kill of the match. For the match to speak of. Razor Esports. 2 players down. 2 players remaining. There were the disadvantage. Not like the last match. We could see Razor Esports plus 1 player had taken the whole team of the aggressiveness team, but now they are lacking behind, far more behind, and they have made their own choices. Magma Esports is going to the heading towards the mountain right now. The mountain brick is quite nice to fight in. He is climbing the mountain. They can be seen that the teams are already prepared for them to attack at any time. On his hand there is a shotgun. He is still not spotted, but he is going to flank behind him, behind them, and is going to maintain a good positions. He is going to maintain good position for his teammate to get them down onto. And he has shotgun. Sorry, he has sniper on his hand. That's a very beneficial gun. Here comes a nade. The nade hasn't made any impact. Here comes a rush. The rush will make any impact or not, that we're going to be seeing. Here the senior esports is going for an interesting battle. Magma esports, a player is down, but he is not going to be recovered easy. Here comes open rush. He's going to be taken down, and the player attacking on him is going to again be taken down from the back. I guess their times have met. They both are going to be finished, I guess. Here comes a grenade. The nade should be cancelled, but he has reached very much far back of the room. The teams are still fighting for their best. To speaking of, truly, you can see that them. Here comes Russ. Player was reviving him, but he is going to be taken down. Scenery Sports going out of the match with that. And as we can see the map view, just one player hasn't made their move yet. Two teams, we can speak. Two teams, Team Albania and Magma Esports. But Magma Esports just was included in a fight, so they are exceptional of it. New zone, again on the northern side, northern east side, so that's again beneficial for the players on the northern east side. Is going to be Galaxy Esports. Galaxy Esports in the last match they were taken down pretty early, but they were taken down very easily as well. The Galaxy Esports team is not going to back down from just a headache from the last match. But he's taking his guns out, but it is quite far to shoot with the gun on his hand. That's just bullet wasted on his enemy. His next pose is going to be players taken down. Taken down, he's moving on to the next stage, next round of the fight. The Boro Esports hasn't got their chance to meet the end. They haven't got their chance to meet the end. They have very they have pretty much going on alone the side. He is going to be taken down again. The Boro Esports. Boro Esports. Boro Esports is being taken down of the match. He was performing very well. They were performing very well, sorry, and they have been taken out of the match. ESD Esports is gaining back on the situations among my esports. Last time we could see the fight in the Myanmar, but they have been taken down. One player is zone is affecting them very much. Zone is very much affecting them. He is going to be getting a knock. and the players are rushing in to get that knock secured. He's going to use that brace or the raids we could say as backup to finish the player. Finish of the player, of course. A smoke. You see that the players are still remaining very much frightened to fight. They are still battling themselves towards the end to meet very good ending as well to speak of. Albania, Algeria, either Algeria. I was pronouncing them Albania, Algeria, they're Algeria. How do I pronounce this? I don't know exactly, but they are Algeria sports of team, the national team, I guess. Exports just getting their hands onto them, getting their hands onto them. F. The team's FFE phase has been taken down, but they are still moving on to the next zone. The third stage of the match, 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Magma Esports with 6 kills, still lacking behind their pace. Are they? They are not even moving on to the next match properly. They are just showing the aggressiveness they had shown in the previous match. Now the zone has fermented on the middle. The first zone was of course first and the second zone was of course on the zone was on the northern east side, and the managing the zone were very much crucial to make Magma Esports. I guess they are already in the zone, but they are still not be to be seen, not to be mentioned, and not to be messed with. Let's see how the match will go, how the match will be performing, how the everything is going to be performed in this. And the knock is going to be taken down from the upper side of the hill, but still there are lots of chances to create them. Yeah, the G, yeah, the Z esports, or say the esports, they are quite nice in playing them. They're playing very much goodly, goodwill. Next esports is in the leaderboard, but they have managed to make 4 eliminations on the name. Here comes a rush. Omega Esports is getting a rush on from Galaxy Esports, but he's going to take it down alone. Although he had a backup on the top, but he's going to get all the kills. Galaxy Esports finishing a knock up. Knock is in the inside. Comes a very much fight, and as we can see that the upper hill side there is still a team, so they cannot move out of the buildings for safety reasons. What the teams have pinned the need. The need is going to be on the perfect side, but he is going to flee backwards. The need might still be on the perfect side. The need hadn't just reached him, but it had been missed by him. So it is not going to be a knock, but first of all, let's confirm this fight. ARCED Esports here closing in a fight. Closing in a fight, there you can see teams have moved along the side. They are fighting for their best to perform very well. They are performing very much well and very goodly in this match. Galaxy Esports already with 2 kills, but they are at a disadvantage as their players are less in numbers. Magma Esports last player remaining. I don't know what happened to the players, but they have been vanished out of the air. They have been converted to the least chance with 20 minutes in this match. They were involved in ARCED esports, but Galaxy Esports going to be taken down. Will they? Will they manage to get him down or not? He's going to be engaged in a battle, but he's going to be in very much low HP. He's going to be taken down for the second match. He's going to be out of the map. But in the third map, we have to see what could go wrong, what could go right, and as well as the players' fighting styles. We have to observe them all to make it stunning. Okay, the players are gathering in a place to just, I guess they are just gathering to share loots, are they? And esports team is getting a medikit. We can see that the teams are still performing very well to speak of them. No, even they have not met their end, they still. They have been lagging behind for a very long time. But still they are going to be engaged in a fight, still to speak of. Here, ARCED was going to take down another player. Another team has been eliminated. Phoenix Esports out of the match for now at 15th position. T4 players are still at a big loss. They are going to be taken down. Their players has been taken down, and they might be losing the match for now. And this match, in every match, we can see that their possibility is very high, and we can see that their teams are performing very well. Very well, as well as they are speaking of them, they're making a very much good changes in their own strategy. 36 players remaining, but still there's lots of time to begin the next match. Teams Mangwa Esports has been taken down. Last man standing where they have been taken down from now. Still making very much good. They are being very much taken down. They are engaging in a battle, but they are speaking of them. The hearts of the audience has been racing up. The hearts is still racing up them. Up the field, we are seeing them. Up the field, we are seeing them. Very much fighting for the fighting will. You can see. We are seeing them. Teams are performing very well. The teams are gathering up in the fight. They are going to be taken down right now, but there is a very much chance to be seen. Rage Sports is going to be winning the battle, but even though they are very much on short on time, but they are going to be taken down again. Another team, Omega, is going to be taken down. And ARECD Esports is performing very well. 11 kills on their name. Their zone has been favored onto them as well. The zone is favoring them a lot right now, and they are very much right now performing a good amount of things to speak of. You can see they are fighting in the battle as well, but they are in front of them. The teams are still not going back down, but they are still backed up by the teams in front of them and their players as well. But they are still going in the field. And sixth positions has been eliminated by, again the teams are being eliminated by one. Yeah, the Rage Esports is going to be headed towards them, but they are going to be taken down as they saw the player coming in. Here, the T4K Esports, T4 Esports is going to be taken down by the team's ARC. ARC has managed to get many kills points on the name as they can, and the teams are still performing very well. Next Sports has a lots of chance to win this as well, as they have got the better positions than other teams into the zone, but they are quite not interesting in zoning the zone. But here comes a rush by the Rage Sports. Here comes a shotgun shot. Here comes a fight between the two teams, with both on the end having shotguns. Here comes a fight, but they are going to be taken down. Esports going to be taken down. ERCED Esports has managed to win the battle. Here comes next sports. Next sports is going in. AV Esports is quite another disadvantage again, but they are going to be very much tough with one man is standing. But the games are with this two players, but it is not going to be hard, is it? It's not going to be hard as we expect them to be. And here CED Esports is managing them to managing it very well. Here CED Esports is managing them very well, and they are performing very well. Well liked to be speaking of. The teams are still performing very well. Teams they are seeing is good enough to them. The teams are fighting back. Next sports is going to be again at an advantage, but there is the tables have turned. The tables have turned now, but they are still fighting ahead. Handily fired. Now ARCED Esports against two players, but they are going to be again a disadvantage as they have gained a much more higher place to acquire. But he is going to be taken down again. The king of the parties is very much big. He might be cooking a nade. He's going to be for us. Shotgun on his hand. He's going to be taken down. ARCED Esports with the second inner for the match. It's a good second inner. They have done very well. Very well. ARC Esports with 18 kills. 18 kills are very well to speaking of. 18 kills with the highest damage being 890. That might be the highest damage. Oh, it is not. It is by AV Esports. AB Esports with 1011 damage, with again being the top player, the top killing player, being again ARC Esports. But the most of the players were of ARC, even though we can see the match summary 66 knockdowns, highest or the longest skill is 373, 3 to absolute 8, total eliminations 300, 68 and 15,000 damage dealt, 3 headshots, 4 grenade kills, 107 heals, 100 heals. That's a good amount to be speaking of right now. That is the good amount for the second match. We would see very much good head-to-head teams. Again, the same teams that we will be able to see in the previous match, I guess. It's the same team. The teams are again the same, with just the difference of vastly difference, because they have 18 and 18 kills. They are very much difference for now, at least we speaking of them. They are not quite backing down right now. They are performing it very well. Here comes the match rankings. Again, ARC Esports with 28 points. They are taking the match very seriously and very much glorifiedly. They have taken their matches into very much good amount, good sense. With the players, top fraggers being very good amount of players as well. The players are very much good in playing these matches. The players are good while playing the matches as well, but they are still much more good if we were to speak for coming matches. We will be seeing the changes that they might show us in the coming matches as well. They are still battling themselves with very much tremendous power, and they are still battling themselves with much more force applied onto them. There has been many chances to deal with them. Here comes the player summary, or the top fragger summary we were speaking. Here comes the overall data. You can see the top team is again with 2 second inners on the name, with 24 kills, with 20 position point, with 44 total point. Over 44 points they have managed to get very much fast in drinks. 31 total points for the next team, Mango Esports with 21, and Next Sports with 14, and GE Esports with 12, and Boru Esports with 12 again, but Rage Esports 10. None of the teams are backing down, but here the 2 second inners team is going a lot ahead of themselves, but they will manage to get them down within an instant if their match is going to not in their favor. If it is not going in their favor, it is going to be turned on the tables. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the match. We were seeing highlights for the time being. Until then, take care. We will be coming back with the highlights. The next match is going to be interesting because it has the recalls. So stay tuned and peace off. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are again back with another team, another map. This map is going to be interesting. For now, at least we can see. We were seeing very much in this match. Mute, mute, mute. Okay, we can see that the teams are fighting again. Teams are dropping from the planes. We can see them. The map view is clear. Please, you can see them. We are seeing the fights again. This map has been interesting. The fight has again begun. They are fighting again. They are fighting one by one. The players with the recoils are benefiting themselves with the recoils. Also is being constantly used, and the constant use of it can make them very much beneficial. The teams have started fighting. Teams are pretty much good at fighting at their own will. You can see them fight very goodly. Next sports, we can see on the POV of next sports, they are fighting very much nicely. Very nicely speaking, they are very much good performing. They are performing very well. They are performing very well. They can see that the maps is very good and the fighting scenery is very much going on. The leaderboard, sorry, the elimination broadcast is going one by one. The eliminations broadcast will never stop in this map, will it? What a nod, what a nade, but it hasn't been in the perfect spot. It hadn't been on the perfect spot as we can see them. We will be seeing them very much goodly. Very goodly speaking, they are very much good at it. Teams are starting to fight very much goodly. You can see them. The teams have started fighting them for sure right now. And they are fighting them very good and willly. But this match is very interesting. This match is going to be very interesting to speak of. Because this match is the decider, is the between match, and this will be the decider for all of it. Here comes a knock. Two players have been knocked, but the one player remaining is not available. He is available at the recall tower, so he will be doing the recall, handling the recall. He will be handling the recall for right now. So he's very interesting. This match has been very interesting, fun to see. Very fun to see. It is of course reliable that the players are very much interestingly fighting. Here comes a rush at him. Boro Esports getting a rush. Boro Esports is very much performing highly in this match. They have already managed to get 2 points easy rush, but he is being damaged. One player, another player is very much low on HP. He's going to be taken down. He had a quite good cover. Boro Esports player are still in front of them, just reviving him, but he is going to be taken down soon enough. Boro Esports on a no dominations. That's a good one to see. That's of course a good one to see. This scenario, the point of view. The point of view of the players there is very much good. It is all good right now as well. Teams have performed their almightily best in this all scenarios. The teams are still better at doing some stuff any other than this. The matches has been interestingly seen that the teams are playing right now. Omega Esports is performing very well, 8 kills on their name as well. The most kill on this map right now. Boro Esports in front of them, but Boro Esports is quite lagging behind right now. They have only managed to get 3 kills on their name, while as other teams have managed to get many kills on their name as well, but the teams are still lagging behind. Due to the first match, we could see them performing very well, but the second match has become a very weird one from the second match. From the second match, we were to see them very loosely fighting. Loosely fighting them. Loosely fighting them is what makes them very good at doing stuff. They are still performing very wellly. They are not backing down by any movement. By any movement, they are not performing any chance. They're not performing well. Is 0%. It is very good. And the map, I cannot speak of every count. I cannot even count the kills they have done. This match will remain. This map will remain always the worst and the nightmare for us, the commentators, because we have to speak a lot of things right now. Here comes the dominations by Omega Esports. Omega Esports is very much performing. They have already managed to get 5th positions with 10 kill eliminations point, and they are showing very much aggressions on their name. On their name, they have managed very much many things on their name because they have many kills. Omega Esports is performing very wellly. Maga Esports is going to be taken down. One player is going to be taken down. I guess he doesn't have the recall anymore, or does he? They do. So he is going to be even more better. So JE Esports player again getting down. T4 Esports player getting down. T4 another player getting down. But let's see when the interesting part of this will begin. 2 players of T4 ES they are down for right now. Before our eyes, we can see them down right now, and they are performing good and very nicely as well. They are performing nice and quite nice after another chance, creating many chances. They are not missing any of it. They are just enjoying the view and enjoying everything there has the match has to offer them to. Match has or to offer them everything that they have managed to get as much as possibilities as possible on the name. But teams are still not backing down, are they? Teams are still not backing down for now, at least. To speaking of them, they are still pretty good at doing stuffs. Doing stuffs them is very hard, but still very good to speak. And there are quite a number of times that they have been looking around their head onto each other, looking around their head onto each other's, and they are very good. And the teams are very performing very goodly. Here comes a knock for the Omega Esports. He's going to be knocked, and he's going to be recovered as well soon enough. E4 Esports again losing two men. They have lost many two men's countless right now. Still 70 players are remaining in this map. The teams, I can't name all of them, but they all are present in this match. None of the teams have been eliminated right now. None of the teams. They all are present. They all have been present in this match. They are presenting themselves in this match fantastically. They have performed very well. Speaking of them, they are managing their own things over something else. They're not doing any third parties, are they? They're just killing themselves with a single fight, one on one. The one on one is very good. Speaking of them, here comes a Russ. The Russ is on Omega Esports again on Rampage. They are rampaging after Rampage. But the teams are still quite not the one to pick a fight again themselves. And Phoenix Esports getting out of the match early in the match. First team to get out of the match. Phoenix Esports has been out of the match for now, and they are not maintaining any position. They are not maintaining any position points or the kill points before this match. They have just got the points right now in this match. They have just got the point. The players are healing. They are healing themselves. Here comes a Russ, but he is unable to notice it. But Team Algeria is going to be taken down. The outside player is also going to be taken down, but last man in standings, he is also going to be taken down soon enough, but hasn't been noticed yet. He might be able to recall his teammate Wilhay, but he is into a lot of troubles right now. The teams has been implemented to be dead for now, at least. Dominations for FFE Esports, they are on dominations. Okay, the players are being revived after reviving. The players are reviving themselves, recalling themselves in the leaderboard. We can see that the players are very much killing themselves very soon. But there are not going to be any advantage right now of the recall. They might not be able to reuse the recall if the team whole is eliminated. Then this is very much disadvantageous. That's why. Yeah, teams has been eliminated. Here the very good RR Esports is eliminated. Here the quantum rings has been eliminated out of the match. Quantum Rings has been out of the match now. They have maintained 5 eliminations point on this match, but they are still not managing to get many more. The Toxic Soul is also going to be out of the match. For now, Toxic Soul is out of the match. They have managed to get 1 eliminations point on the name, but they haven't done any good works, have they? Have they managed to get any open idea on this thing? Here comes a rush onto AKAB's ARC Esports. One player is down. Yes, 2 players are down. Now last man is standing. He might not be able to take on 3 players at once, but he is going one by one. His hand on his hand is shotgun. Last man is standing against 1 HP. He's going to be taken down by shotgun. So that's it for them. They are not managing any. Now they are not been able to manage any suspicious kind of chicken dinner for for the third time. But if they were to utilize their recall even more, they would have done even better job. Here the AVA Esports also is going to be taken down on maintaining the second position. Manga Esports one by one. One by one the top teams are going to be taken down. Boro Esports is also going to be taken down. It is counting downwards. It is counting downwards. Boro Esports with 9 eliminations point is going to be taken down out of this match. Now GE Esports are performing very well, but they could be eliminated out of the match. The nade is coming towards them, heading towards them, but it is not going to be in perfect spot, would it? So that the positions they are holding right now is quite good. So that is what is happening right now in this match. There are 5 teams remaining, but here comes a rush by Galaxy Esports. Galaxy Esports getting down the hill. They are being affected by the zone. I guess one player has decided to just do the hill battle for now at least. They have decided to do the hill battle, but he's also going to be taken down soon enough. Yes, I was speaking of them, but he is going to be taken down. Next sports with the last man standings, he's also going to be taken down. 2v3 situations right now. You can see them fighting for the win. See them fighting for the win. 2v3. What are situations? Now the 2v2 it has been converted to 2v2. They're closing in. They are just closing their gap and without any mistakes on their name. They're performing very well to speak of them. And that is why it is very good. Performance of the teams is very good. For now to speak of them is very bad. But speaking of them one by one, then there will be a lot of lists to note down in this map. Because I'm getting confused in this map. All the times we can see them. Seeing some very good chances by the teams, but he is going to be taken down, and the winner is decided for the match. Very good, very high performance match, very goodly performed and nicely performed as well. He is going to be taken down, and I had seen already predicted it. A place summary goes alongside it. The players who managed to kill multiple players is none other than 911. That's a good one. Here again, so with 7 kills, top kills being 7 kills by GE Sports. I guess they are not from GE, they are from Next Sports. And the second, the damage dealer, is AVA Esports, and grenade kill is again from Next Sports, and the longest kill is from AVE Esports, and the total distance traveled by a player, longest distance, is ARC Esports. ARC Esports has performed very well in the following matches, previous matches, but we they are going to be beaten in this match or the next match played. The match summary: 140 knockdowns, 2 looted drops, 24,799 damage dealt, and 7 grenade kills, with 341 being the longest kill, and 123 eliminations, 21 headshot. Total healed is 17,000. Hit to 8 teams. Silent Hell versus ZE Sports. ZE Sports are quite known to massively do them a favor of just counting the clock. It's just favoring. They are just performing very well. They are performing very well, and they have been performing very well. But now let's least speak of their match data. Is again goes to Silent Hell, being them bringing them 18 eliminations 18 total points with 8 elimination points. So whenever chicken dinner team of the match is them. So that is very good to speak of. It is very good to speak of them. And the top fraggers, the list goes as alongside as well. But we will be seeing the overall data now. Overall data is quite good. ARCED Sports with 2 second winners on their name, 53 total points, and second position AVA Sports. They are with 38 total points, with 28 being their eliminations point. Here are the MVPs which are going to be made in the following matches if they continue their progress. It also shows the MVP. So that's all for this match. Let's wrap it up. Till the next match, we will seeing you in the short time. For now, let's give it a short hope. For now. Okay, we are back again with the Wrangle map. Well, the map is very interesting. Map's plane path is not going to be same game. The match has started, but we will see. Match very interestingly. Very interesting map. It map will be very interesting to see. Of course, the thing is, map has many paths possible to view. Map has many parts to view it. Of some of them being some interesting ones. You can see the map view. Map view is very interesting to see. The formation is again in the Pochinki side. We will see Pochinki fight as well again. Pochinki fight will be there again, but still there are some chance that the teams will be fighting one to each other. Teams will be dashing in front of them, and they will fight for sure. The teams are still fighting. Teams have started fighting themselves, but Toxic Soul Esports is a bit of downside. Their drop is unusual, but there have been drops more unusual than this. Drop is very uncommon. Peri Pipe is very uncommon drop, but in the classic only. But in the esports world of Pubgm, it's very interesting to see fight in between them. The Algeria team is damaged. I guess they were being chased down by another team. That's the reason why they are being very much fast and very peculiar. They are fighting each other like mad. They are fighting themselves in within each other's range of fire, but still there are some times that this match is not going to be for long. At least you can hope so. Here comes a nade. Nade has made a kill. Nade had made a kill with just two players joining from Razer Esports. That's not much to see. The interesting match is very happening, but you can see everything. Matches are very interesting right now, but they still will become more interesting in the following coming. But we can see the Yasnapool view is very much interesting. Yasnapool never disappoints me. Poro Esports getting out of the match in the early. They are not performing to the best. Like the first match, I hoped that the first match, Irangle. Okay, there's a perfect nade. Omega Esports going down. That's a perfect nade to showcase. Omega Esports out of the match by Magma Esports. That's a nice. Yasnapol is empty to themselves right now, and they can just pick and win them. Pochinki is also being secured, but there is a team on the church side, and they are creating some difficulties for them. They are creating multiple difficulties for them. Just view and very much crazily create something. The teams Algeria is fighting, they have managed to get 4 eliminations point as far as I'm concerned, but they are still managing to get more, even more. They have managed to gain many multiple things on them to name. Here comes the nade, but the nade was unsuccessful to reach its perfect positions. Nade is still unpleasant to see. Still fighting for their best. Knocks has been made. The Algeria team is out of the match. I guess their last two players are remaining. Map view. Less teams have been spread around the map. It creates more chances. So that's number one thing. Number one thing to see is of course them. The Algeria team is fighting for their best to see, of course. They're fighting. Here comes a perfect knock. Actually, perfect knock. Going to be finished. Going to be finished, and there is friendly behavior going on between teams. Team is TXC. They are going to be taken out by the blink of a team. Like not the real blink of the day, but still. They are still fighting for their best. See the main thing. Still fighting for their best to see, of course, them are very much good. They're doing very much good now. Players are still fantastic to watch. They are still fighting for their best to see. That's way better. Teams are performing very well. The teams are providing cover for the two side already. They are pretty good. 9 minutes have passed and 45 eliminations. 45 players remaining. They're still fighting for the best to do. They are still making their life better, reviving their teammates. very much good. See, of course, there's still some times. There's still sometimes in the fighting process there the being backed down. He's going to be was about to be killed, but the nade has been pinned. Nade is in a perfect place, but it is not going to make any advance to the exactly the player. That's not gonna work. But still, it's very much better. See all of them. Teams have spread it along the map on the upper side of the map on the upper east side. See the teams are still fighting there. Yeah, the teams are very much performing high expectancy. Teams are still very much good at playing it. They're still doing their best. They're still rampaging on themselves. It's very peaceful fight to see, of course. The fight has begun again. Fight has been begun. Teams are still fighting. Good to see. Teams are still fighting. The teams are still showing up right now. That's the main thing. That's the main approval that I want. They have still managed to get many position points and the kill points. More the kill, the more the points is they used to honor. They have still some times left till then. Still some changes in there. Still performing better day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. HX Esports, Pyrrhix Esports again getting out of the match with one elimination point. That is not nice. EVA Esports also getting out of the match at just 3 elimination point. It is very good. Map is very good. sunny weather. That's a good one. They have been making themselves. That's the main thing. That's the main thing to speak of. They're still fighting. The best. Still they're fighting. It is very interesting to see. It would be very interesting to see. It is very good. The fight is very good. 10 players remain, 10 teams remaining. 17 minutes has passed and the teams are still left. But still they are fighting for the best. Very much getting. Nominations by ABARC Esports. They are doing nominations right now. That's the main thing. There comes the knock. It's very right. Yeah, the teams are still fighting for the best. Teams are still fighting. Couple teams left. Couple teams left is still left for them to deal with them as well. We'll be seeing some interval in the meantime. And 11 players are remaining, but this is a short time to speaking up. Just take sometimes and just make it. They have managed to get much more high potential rate than normal. They're fighting in front of them. There was the nade, but there is no one present in there. But he's going to revive either one of them. Oh, he's not either one of them. Fighting spirit is very good. Fighting spirit is very good. Here comes a knock from SPX. From SPX to there, and it is very interesting. The Silent Hill Esports have managed to get the championship or the match for the chicken dinner to begin with. That's nice. And for now, let's move on to the WCD stats. And the WCD stats is 8 eliminations point with the highest eliminations point goes to SIL Solo 1053, and the highest really is the extension, and the second option is of course 2-1. Second option is also there are some second options to perform in this, and it is very much good. Total knockdowns is 76, total top looted is 2, total time damage is 15,666, 6 grenade kills, 166. The head-to-head teams, we can see them. Silent Hill versus Galaxy Esports. Galaxy Esports wasn't able to win this match, but they have 14 games on the name. That's good. Moving on to the overall data. First of all, match rankings. If we were to speak of match rankings, here the Silent Hill Esports is maintaining their first position with 18 points. Second position is Galaxy Esports with 15, and Magma Esports with 14, and Raze Esports with 13, and the list goes on and on. You can see the top fraggers. The top fraggers are very interesting to see, but let's not include them. And as we will be also seeing the road to MVP, and that will also tell us who the fraggers is going to be. There's interestingly fighting for the rounds. They were fighting for the overall results. 64 total for the ARC Esports. 64 is a lot in 4 matches. That's a lot. And Mega Esports with 0 and 0 second innings. They are maintaining their 47 and 43 at 45 with 2 kills. Of course, 2 second winners is there was all in Silent Hill Esports, and the map to MVP road map to MVP is has lists if this the players have a high probability of getting the MVP for the tournament. And let's wrap it up for the match. Let's meet in the next match. Hopefully you will enjoy the highlights. Till then, take care, peace out. We are back again with the last match of the tournament. Mute, mute. Okay, we are back again with the last match of the today's, and the leaderboard maintaining teams are very much on fire right now, because they will be estimately winning the match, even though they haven't. Uh, won't have been doing in this match. They don't have to do anything in this match. Just maintain the position. Don't get into a lot of the fights. But it is the map of fights where every fight counts. But we can also do it without the fights. All those fights, without those fights, we can also take them down. That is the good things to do. Of course, we will be seeing some great examples in here as well. Here we can see the lots of teams are participated already in the fights, but still times are left where the teams will be fighting more and more. Teams are still managing to get out of their hands, but still you can. They're still fighting for the night. Teams are still performing very well. They were performing quite nice, quite nicely, but still they will be performing very well again. But speaking of them, to speak of them, there are not so many things to consider. But they have already get their kills. Their teams are performing very well. Even Galaxy Beauty has well again getting many kills as they can already. They are getting more and more recently, moving more and more. They're still handling it properly. They are handling it properly. That's the main thing to do. That's the main thing to do. They are fighting very much nicely right now also, as we can see. But there's still some chance that they might not be able to do it. They're still fighting for the best. They're still managing themselves to get more things. Beginning it with a pretty fantastic things. It's quite nice to begin with. still fighting for it. He's going to be taken down. He is fighting for the best as he can. He's fighting right now and they are managing themselves to kill one another. They're managing their times in perfect orders to things in their way. They are still managing to get some more out of their own things. Still man They're still managing to do lots of things right now as well. They are very much peculiarly speaking. They are doing very much things. They are doing very peculiar damage to them. Also, they are managing themselves to do very much things that they are not being able to do before. They're not being able to do it before, but they are able to do it right now. They are still and they are still managing themselves. The teams are finishing up right now. They are managing themselves. There are still some chances left for it to happen, but we'll be seeing them pretty quickly, don't we? We'll be seeing them pretty quickly, and there are some very much good amount of things. There are still some things that they will need to be doing it themselves, doing it for themselves. They are them, managing it very quickly. Teams are pretty much included in the fight. The teams are being seen. They are fighting. Teams are still quite nice right now. We're speaking of them. Speaking of them, there are very much good amount of players that they will be included in. They're still managing themselves to get out of the things they need, predictably for anything they might need. They're still managing themselves to do it themselves. They're planning, I guess, much more things to do, but he's not able to do it. He's going to be taken down from the car. That is good performing. Well, well performed, to be honest. To be honest, that's a good amount of things. That's a good thing to do. They are being engaged in a fight that is still managing themselves to do more things. They're managing themselves. They are fighting against each other for this to happen. There are lots of things that might be needing it. Needing it for or it's a lot of things to do. They're still doing their things to manage dominations is by RC Esports. They are doing dominations after dominations. RC Esports are doing dominations. Here comes the eliminations broadcast for our team. There is good amount of things that is needed to be done. These things, these situations as well. The Molotov is on his head. He's going to be out of the match for now, at least. Going to be out of the match for now. And he might get in the next match, but thank God there are no next match for now. He's going to be getting a shot from the side, but he's going to be knocked right now. That's the bad for the teams. That's the bad for ARC Sports is getting a bad underhand into them. Underhand method into them. They are not being quite assured that they are being fight trained or not. Yes, they are still managing themselves. They're still managing themselves there to do it. That's a good amount of things to do, but still resistant of them to do it right now. They're still managing to get engaged in the fight. This match had lots of ups and downs, but they are still managing themselves to get into it again, but it's still they are managing themselves one by one after another. One after another, they are managing themselves, but still there's some time and there's some things needed to be noted down onto the notebooks if they are dealing with them. It's managing themselves with some things. They're managing themselves to kill each other's. They are still out of the harm's reach for now, at least. We can say it comes a quite a fantastic spray from EWA that still has been stolen of Magma Esports. Magma Esports going out of the match from the eliminations of Zone. Yeah, we're out of the match for now. Just out of the match for now, at least we can say that. They are managing themselves, they are managing their own things, priorities, they are managing all of them for single things. They are still managing themselves, but still there's some ups and downs in this type of things. But there might be any problem dealing with it. Can be. Can be, and they are still fighting ahead of themselves, but still the teams are they're not backing down, we can say. Not say that they are backing down anymore. They're going to the front lines. Strongly front lines, and they are not managing, they are not afraid of anything else. They are just managing themselves. The teams are left three in exports, EVA, and the Silent Hell. Silent Hell is out of the match again. Rampage. Exports on a rampage, on a rampage, on a rampage after rampage. They are fighting it quite nicely. They're making it so that the teams are very nicely fighting and they are still not being able to tolerate it. That's the main thing we speak of. That's always the main thing. The teams are now two left, but we can say always say how the teams will appear or not. Teams are left in front of them is very low HP, but he's getting surrounded. He's getting surrounded by two players. He's at a disadvantage, but you know can get in advantage as soon as he wants. But next sports doesn't give any chances. He is going ahead and he is going to take them down. He's going to take them down. And with an instant, they have again the chicken dinner in an instant. So yeah, this is it for now. Please be speaking of. And they are very much nicely to be speaking of. Teams have made very much 15 kills, so that's right. It's a good amount, you can say. always, but always have a preferred backup plan for the teams. And the matches have ended for now, and they are pretty much good. Here's summary: 7 kills, 1000 damage, and all of the four belongs to one player from ARCP CED or something like that. And Silent Veil is just with one. And the match rankings is of course the winner chicken dinner team with 25 kill, 35 position, 25 points. They are maintaining the lead in the match results, but we have to enjoy the overall results. Here ARC Esports, AR CED Esports, they were managed to get 22 points, which is not bad always, as per their own standings in the match.